couple from the land of enchantment are caught in a fight for their lives in the land down under in the new book, Chased Across Australia.
That's right. As part of National Reading Month, we're celebrating the works of New Mexico authors. And today we are welcoming Reynold Conger to talk more about this thriller. And we'll also talk, you're a multi-book author. We'll talk about that in a bit. But we're first excited to talk about Chased Across America. So tell us a little bit more. Australia. The other A country. That's right. So tell us a little bit about this story.
Well, it's a thriller about Jack and Jill Higgins, who are New Mexican residents on vacation in Australia. And they'd like to invite you, the reader, along.
Okay.
But watch out. Jack has a document on his laptop that the terrorists want to recover.
Uh-oh.
So watch your back.
Watch your back. Okay.
So this is a work of fiction, but it was inspired by, you actually have gone to Australia,
Yes.
right? And so it was inspired by that.
Yes, it was. In '06, my son was working in Australia. My wife and I had an anniversary, so we went there for a month. And so all the places in the book are real geographical locations, but the story is fiction.
Now, when you were there, you had an incident where you were driving along sort of a scary route, right? You almost came into head-on collision. It was super dark. And you were saying, I think you were, if I remember reading correctly, you said this would hate to get lost out here, or if someone was trailing you, and that's where the idea was born.
Well, the idea was born, we were on this cliffside road, of course, on the wrong side of the road from our perspective.
Yeah, right.
At night, and all the cars kept coming at me from the wrong direction. And I said to my wife, I wouldn't want to be in a high-speed chase on this.
Yeah. And thus the Chase Across Australia was born. Now, in the book you talk about this. Now, being a native New Mexican, I'm sure you can also chime in on this. You travel somewhere, people don't even know that we're part of the Union. They don't know New Mexico is part of the United States. Yeah. You encountered this out in Australia as well, as I remember.
Well, everywhere, but to some extent.
Everywhere but New Mexico you encountered that,
But it was
right?
even there.
Even there. And so I make use of this in the plot because the bad guys are trying to chase down the Higginses. And in some cases, they get wrong information because they ask for the people from New Mexico. And the bed and breakfast owner says, oh, I've got Canadians, I've got Americans, and I've got Mexicans. So they burglarize the wrong apartment.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
And so you illustrate the book with some of the photos. I don't know if we've seen them or not, but are they photos that you've taken in Australia?
While we were there, I took quite a few photographs. And there was the opportunity to put this charming fellow in the book and about 6 other photographs that illustrate the book.
And so what are we looking at here? What is this location?
Well, this is the Sydney Harbor Bridge, built during the Depression. And you really haven't been to Sydney unless you've been over the top. And that means you've climbed up to the top of this 300 and some meter high bridge and then climbed back down.
Beautiful.
Wow, that's amazing.
And this is a bluff in the Blue Mountains.
Okay.
And the one of the villains is acrophobic, and he has to chase them down on a cable car.
That's great.
Oh, man.
That's great. Well, very quickly, as we said, this isn't your only book.
Right.
You brought along a copy of the other book. Tell us very quickly about your second book.
Well, the second book is got it upside down, is a romance. It's written as a memorial to a college friend of mine who died in Vietnam. In the book, he's rejected by a girl in college. After the war, he reappears, and they happen to have a chance meeting, but he's missing an ear.
Oh, wow.
And she says, how can any woman fall in love with a man with one ear missing?
Wow.
Well, you have to read the book to find out how it happens.
That's great. Well, so where can we pick up copies of these books?
These books are available here in the Albuquerque area at Bookworks, at Bible Plus, at the branch in Los Lunas, at Sharon Care Pharmacy in Belen. I know I can confirm that they have copies. Other bookstores may have them. They're available, of course, on the web as well, both in hardcover and in paperback. This book's only available in paperback.
Just in paperback, great. All right, and we will have links to buy those books online, as well as the local booksellers at casa.com under the Style tab.
Yes, coming up next here on Two Casa Style, we're moving on over